Hello and
Hi.
welcome to this week's Now Wednesday. 2 weeks in a row on a Wednesday. It's been such a busy summer.
It's been busy, so we're doing what we can.
Welcome to Wednesdays, Travelin Young. And what we thought it would be interesting to talk about some funny American slang sayings that you may have heard or may not have heard.
And some of these we say a lot.
We have said, maybe continue to say. I don't know if we say it in videos, but sure in real life.
Yeah, in real life, definitely.
But I also think when we're in America, it's kind of interesting because when you get my mom used to, so quick story, my mom's from Jersey. Whenever she'd go to Jersey, she'd talk like completely different than at home. Like she'd turn into this weird mode and have like a little accent and say Jersey things. So I feel like when we go to the US sometimes, we might start talking a little different because we're like somehow the aura.
That definitely happens to me when I go down to the South. I mean, you've even commented that I'll call back and you're like, who are you? Because I talk completely differently and I use different slang, and it just, if you're there long enough, you pick it up.
Yeah, so this week we're going to share some interesting American slang and teach you what it means. All right, we're going to start with a classic.
Yes.
A classic.
I feel this is a classic.
This is kind of almost Danish inspired in that it like jams words together and then removes letters. So the first one I'm going to start with is fit into.
Fit into.
Fit into.
Or it's fixin' to.
It's basically fixing to, but it's shortened to fit into.
Fit into.
And it means I'm about to do something.
Yeah, I'm fixing to do it.
I'm fitting to do something.
I'm fixing to do it.
I
say that all the time.
I'm going to use this in a sentence, which is, I'm fitting to open up a can of WHOOPASS. And so that's the next one.
That's the next one.
Open up a can of WHOOPASS, which is like, I'm angry-ish. I think it's used in a funny way.
You're ready to come to blows.
But it implies it's something, it's about to go down.
You've had enough.
Because I'm going to open up a can of WHOOPASS. I'm fitting to open up a can of WHOOPASS. Very Southern-esque, I think, in this case.
I'd be interested if there's something comparable in Danish, like open a can of WHOOPASS. Like,
possibly. Opening up that can of WHOOPASS. Something you're going to have a little bit of visuals with it.
The next one is, I'm not sure if this is a baseball term or if baseball got it from this, but it's in a pickle, which is like when you've caused a problem for yourself. And it's like, now you have to figure it out, and it can be really complex.
Yeah, there's a situation. And it's used in baseball. I don't think it came from baseball.
No?
No. It must have been a pickle hater out there. Yeah. Like me. I don't like pickles. But in baseball, just for you to know, if there's two people, and then there's a person in between running, the two people on either side are trying to, like, tag that person out, and they have to have the ball, so they're throwing it back and forth, and they're kind of, that person in the middle is in a pickle, as the other two are either running, and then that person turns around, they got to throw it, blah blah blah. So they're in between. I need a visual, which I don't. My hands are not sufficient.
If there's a batter and he's in between first base and second base.
Well, it's not a batter; they're a runner.
Or the runner, fine, the runner, and he's in between first and second base, and the first baseman and the second baseman are going back and forth.
And sometimes you might play a game of pickle, but anyway, that's a whole other thing. So in a pickle. Another good one is bring home the bacon. Yes. Which I think could be used in Danish because of the bacon-loving community that we live in.
Which I appreciate. I appreciate how much you love bacon, because I also love bacon.
If you bring home the bacon, you make a lot. You make the money in the family, I guess. Money. You're the one who's bringing home the bacon.
You're making that cheese.
Yeah, that's another.
The cheese, another meat product-based saying, full of baloney.
My dad.
You're full of baloney.
My dad would say, he wouldn't say it to a person. He'd just be like, that's a bunch of baloney. Which means that's not true. You're lying.
You're full of it.
I think another version of that would be, that's a bunch of malarkey.
That's a bunch of malarkey.
Similar, but he'd be like, that's baloney.
Yeah.
This is a generational one.
Yeah.
Another one is bent out of shape, which means, you're kind of like, you're
upset.
You're upset.
You're annoyed.
So your shape is bent.
No. But I don't know where I have no idea what the origin of that is, like, you're bent out of shape. I wrote next to it because it's somewhat similar, and I've said this, it's extremely Southern, madder than a wet hen, because chickens get mad when they get wet. So if you see somebody who's really mad, they're either bent out of shape, or you could say they're madder than a wet hen.
Yeah.
I appreciate that one. I like that one.
This one is one that my grandmother would say.
I've heard her say it, I think.
Kiss my foot. That would be like she would never.
Hear her saying that too.
She would never say bad words.
No.
So this might, to another person,
woman.
be replaced by bad words, like, I'm angry at you, or I'm really frustrated, so it's kiss my foot.
Yeah. That was her kind of way of saying F off.
Yeah. Kiss my foot.
Kiss my foot.
If somebody said F off, what would she do?
Oh, she would her whole face would turn red.
It's the next one.
Oh, she would clutch her pearls. Yes. Yes. So I put this in because I actually still say it a lot. They clutch their pearls, or there was a lot of pearl clutching. And I've noticed that Danes don't understand what that means. And basically it kind of refers to, very Southern women would always wear a string of pearls, and if something happened that kind of took their breath away, they'd put their hand up to their pearls and be like, oh my gosh, so we say that they clutch their pearls.
And my grandmother was Southern, but I don't think I ever. I think I saw her wear pearls at
She would definitely do that. I think if you
up.
say clutch your pearls in the South, everybody knows what you're saying.
Yeah.
So.
All right, another one: barking up the wrong tree.
I like that.
This is a dog-related one, in a way. Barking up the wrong tree. That means you're going to the wrong place.
Yeah.
You're not. You're searching in the wrong area. You're just barking up the wrong tree. You're talking to the wrong thing. Whatever. It's all wrong. You're barking up the wrong tree. That's very common. I mean, this would still get used today, I think.
Yeah, it would, and it refers to actually Bacon, our old hound dog, is the type of dog that would have done that, because the type of dog he was, they would chase raccoons up a tree, and then they'd stand at the bottom of the tree with their feet up and just keep barking. So if they picked the wrong tree,
he wasn't very smart. He literally would have probably barked up the wrong tree.
Literally would have barked at the wrong tree.
But it's said in a human context, yes, typically. Yeah.
The next one is by the skin of my teeth. That's like if you got in like barely. You just barely made it. Got in by the skin of your teeth.
Yeah. Now
Not that teeth have skin, but...
No, that's why it doesn't make a ton of sense. One of my favorites...
I can't believe you put this on the list.
She erased it and I added it back.
No, I put it back
because I made you. Because I said I would say it anyway, because I remembered. Cutting the cheese. Cutting the cheese. So... I wish we were in front of a bunch of people and somebody could guess what that means.
Yeah.
But... Say it to the TV.
Maybe we should keep it a mystery and people can put it in the comments.
I feel like they just need to know that it's passing gas or farting, otherwise known as cutting the cheese. Not cutting. You can also say cutting the cheese.
Cutting the cheese. I'm not sure what the cheese reference, because generally cheese...
Well, there's smelly cheese out there.
There is smelly cheese. There is. Yeah, I guess if you cut into maybe like a nice,
slice
blue
of smelly cheese.
Cut into some Dan Blue, maybe it's a little strong smelling. The next one is there's more fish in the ocean, and that's generally what you say to somebody after a breakup. Like there's more fish in the sea, or maybe they didn't get a job they wanted, or
there's more opportunities out there. Because there's more fish in the ocean than that one that you were just chasing.
Typically I think it's said after a breakup.
Yeah. There's a snowball's chance in hell.
I like
That's a good one. That means there's literally no way whatever you just said is going to happen. That's also like,
when hell freezes over.
When hell freezes over, or what
over.
Is it, like pigs flying? What is the...
Oh, that'll happen when pigs fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
also
a good one. That's a good one.
I've realized we forgot to write down the tiniest violin, which is a family favorite. Which is basically when you're complaining about something that's first world problem, and the tiniest violin plays in sympathy. Sympathy, yes, of whatever you're talking about.
I felt vindicated once because Maya really liked SpongeBob when she was little, and there was an episode where somebody was complaining. It was either SpongeBob or Squidward, and Mr. Krabs literally did the and then zoomed in, and he actually had a tiny violin. It was great. Next one I put on, I put this on, I feel like Danes will appreciate it. And it's when you say, that's like putting lipstick on a pig. And it's basically when it's a really bad situation and somebody tries to make it better, but there's just no way that you can make this situation better. So you say it's like putting lipstick on a pig. Because you can't make, I mean, I like pigs. I think they're super cute. But, I guess there's some that you can't really dress up.
Yeah, I guess not. But Charlotte's Web made you like pigs and Wilbur and all that stuff. That was a very positive.
But we say that's
pig conscious show, movie, book.
But we say that's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah. All right, the last one is the one that I hate the most.
I haven't heard this in a really long time.
I know, it's very generational, but also I was on a call the other day for work and with the UK, and somebody from the UK said it, so it must be more common in the UK. Maybe the Brits brought it over and eventually we pushed it out of our language, but it's still hanging out over there. And it came up and I just wanted to reach through the Teams call and say, don't say Josh and you. I can't stand that.
Josh and you.
I'm just joshing you. And as you probably know, I don't like it because that's my name.
Yeah.
And that means I'm joking with you. I'm kidding.
I'm
just messing with you. So say those things instead of I'm joshing you, because that drives me insane. Insane.
That makes me think of, for a while, I don't know how it came about, but we got into saying don't be a bum.
Don't be a bum?
Don't be a Bob.
A Bob?
Yeah, don't be a Bob.
Yeah, well, there's some names like Bob and Steve that we just use when we don't know somebody's name.
Karen,
like, oh, that's a Bob over there. It's because we don't know their name. Or, hey, he's Steve, because we don't know. But my dad's name is Bob, and we have good friends named Steve.
It has nothing to do with him.
No, or our good friend Steve.
No.
For some reason, that's just like a very common name that we throw out there. But, all right, anyway, we thought it'd be funny to share, because we've talked so much about Denmark, share a little bit of this America stuff and a little bit of these funny American sayings.
Colloquialisms.
If there's a saying that you like that's very American in English, put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Or if there's one you've heard that you are confused about
and
what it means, we will do our best to tell you what it means, because those are fun, because the origins of these things are...
It's really
You bought me that
interesting.
book once that actually goes into the background of some of these sayings, that like what are... Because some of them originate in some really weird situation in the 1800s where some farmer did something or whatever. So
it's really interesting. Yeah.
All right, well... That's what we've got for you this week. We hope you enjoyed, and leave a comment with your favorite saying, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.